for the lineup and where he might end up coming in. And that's the sign. Turn it over.
Well, you talk about a success story right there when Herrera gets in his first major league game.
How about Dobbs? Another base hit. Dusty Baker on his way out, and that'll be it for Aaron Herrera. He will exit trailing 3-1 right now. And the little lefty's going to make his way in for his major league debut. Herrera's on his way, and he's finally now leaving the bullpen, getting the idea that he's coming in. So while the pitching change takes place, he'll take time out for these messages. You're watching Reds baseball on FSN. Well, they're waving some flags in Odessa, Texas right now because this Texas native, Chris, is making his major league debut.
Yeah, they're usually waving a flag down there for football. Of course, Daniel Herrera from Odessa, Texas, George, he went to the same high school that Friday Night Lights made popular by the movie of the same name, Permian High School. And he's all about baseball. 3-1 record, a 45th round draft pick originally by the Texas Rangers, but he has earned his way to the major leagues, and if he can work his way through Shane Victorino, Chase Utley, and Ryan Howard, he will have earned his way into the major leagues big time.
He'll have to earn it here. Here's Victorino. Walked, flied out, lined out. Second and third, Reds bring the infield in. That's in there for a strike. If you joined us late, Herrera called up today to replace Kent Merker on the roster. Merker home, having his back checked out again. Down to short. Yanish holds the runner, gets the out. That was that screwball, and boy, does it move.
Well, he's got Graham arm action on it, George. We saw him pitch a little bit in spring training towards the end of the spring, and everybody that saw him, even just saw him warm up, was very excited about how he was able to get hitters off balance. Pitched a couple of games. I remember one in particular against the Tampa Bay Devil Rays that the guys were just out there watching him have the hitters going jelly legs.
A no-brainer here with Utley coming up, who leads Major League Baseball with 21 homers in first base open. They will walk him to set up a possible double play and a force at any base with Howard coming to the plate. What has Utley done tonight? He lined out hard to right, singled in the first run for the Phillies in the third, then doubled in the sixth to start the rally that was culminated by Pat Burrell's homer and gave Philadelphia a 3-1 lead. So now if he can get Howard to roll into a double play, the little guy can make his debut a very special one. Here's Howard against lefties this year, hitting an even 200 with 6 of his 15 homers. Herrera, about half the size of Ryan Howard at home plate. Howard's 0 for 3. He flied out, grounded out, and struck out. 5 grand slams in his career. They're loaded. Reds move the middle of the infield back, double play depth with now 1 away. Tantalizingly slow, way out in front is Howard. He lets it drop in for a strike.
You know, it's all about distraction and upsetting timing. He gives you such fast arm action, but that pitch just does not ever seem to get there. Kind of like throwing a frisbee.
Here's the 1-1. That's a strike too. Teddy Power and Rick Sweet from Louisville told Walt Jocketty, and Jocketty saw this guy pitch himself and told Dusty Baker and his staff, the kid has ice in his veins. And there's another changeup screwball. Did he go around? No. 2-2. He said, here's a look from the side, Chris. He held. 2-2. He got him. Great job by Herrera for out number 2. Now the Reds drop the infield back. He needs just one more.
Now that's a little slider right there, moving down and away. He threw Ryan Howard in this at bat just about every pitch he's gotten, and finishes him off with a good one right there. That was effective because he was able to thread the needle on the outer part of the plate with a previous fastball.
First major league strikeout for Herrera, and here comes Burrell. Burrell homered last time to make it a 3-1 game. That's drill, but it will go foul. Not by much. That had a sellout crowd almost universally on its feet. 45,096 here tonight. He didn't want it there, did he? Setting up down and away was Bacco. Strike 1. That's a little better.
That's the first true screwball that he's thrown. Overthrowing that one just a little bit. But you can see him, and we've got the advantage of seeing it out of the center field camera. You can see him kind of set that pitch up in his hand. He really cocks his wrist.
1 ball, 1 strike. Bacco rolls to the signs for a 3rd time, and Herrera steps off.
You know, he's allowing Herrera to essentially call his own pitches. I mean, these guys have, Bacco knows him a little bit, but he doesn't know the sequence that Herrera likes to throw. Herrera knows his stuff a lot better than Bacco does.
1-1. No place to put him. Bases loaded here in the 7th. Critical situation for the Reds and for Herrera too. He gets out of this jam. Reds still in plenty of striking distance. Talk about a baptism of fire.
Yeah, he's got a lot of pitches, and that's why Bacco is going through a lot of different signals out there. And finally, Bacco says, you know what, with a runner on second base, when you roll through the signs, it's more complicated because you have the sequence. And you delay the game to the point where infielders start to get back on their heels. The batter starts calling timeout, so he'll go out and say, all right, what do you want to throw this pitch, and what do you want to throw next pitch?
2-1. Again, he had him way out in front. It's popped up down the left field line into the seats. Anybody in their major league debut, Chris, it's a special moment. But for this kid, with the bases loaded, looking at the meat of this order, wow. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Herrera against Burrell. How about this? The little lefty comes out of the bullpen and gets out of a big-time jam. The Reds are still alive. It's a 3-1 game. Welcome to the Bigs. Thanks, Pick. It's a very special moment when you make your major league debut, and Danny, you did last night. The smile's still on your face today.
Yeah, it's been a hectic couple days. My heart still is just beating nonstop, 100 miles an hour. But it's awesome. I had a great debut last night, and it's exciting.
Now, you pitched a couple of days in Louisville. You came here. You probably thought you were going to be sitting last night. What happened when the phone rang?
I thought I might get a day off just to enjoy my first day, but the phone rang and my name came up, and, I'm pretty sure I was warming 2 pitches down there. It's going so fast, but it was a good surprise to be up and to be able to throw last night, and I'm glad I did finally get that first one out of the way.
Now, what was the emotion like coming in?
Nervous. I was very nervous in the bullpen down there and running out, but as soon as I hit the mound and started warming up, I felt really good, and I kind of locked in from there and made some good pitches.
Very often a guy will come in a mop-up game for your major league debut. Wasn't that? You knew your appearance was important last night.
Yeah, I saw second and third, so I knew I had to get out of the jam and save old Herrera's runs. But it was great to be called on in that situation. To be called on by Dusty for my first time was awesome. I really enjoyed it.
Now, how about at home? Mom and Dad weren't able to be here. I know they were watching on TV.
They were excited. I called them afterwards, and you know, they were, you know, all excited. Just my whole family was at my dad's house, just huddled around the computer and enjoying the outing too.
How about Odessa, Texas? Tell us about playing baseball growing up. That's a big football area. Did you play football too?
I played football in junior high. I didn't play in high school. It was a little too small for the big boys around there. But huge football area, and you know, it's awesome. I still go to games when I go back home, and it's a great area to grow up in. I just chose baseball instead of football.
Who helped you the most growing up, learning about pitching?
It's actually my dad. My dad taught me a whole lot of fundamentals growing up. He was my coach all up until high school, and you know, basically he just taught me the fundamentals of the game and you know, how to respect the game, and it carried over.
You got the ball from last night?
Yeah, still have the ball. I took it to my room last night, and it's got definitely a keeper.
You're a keeper too, Danny. Congratulations. Great to have you up here, and best of luck to you.
Thanks.
That's Danny with a smile on his face, Pick, and for good reason. He pitched great last night.